Hello everybody, this is Kevin from Klutz Productions, and this is Game 3 of the matchup between 35 creatures and Grixis Control. Matt started the game off with a jungle shrine, and then Tyler's first land was a swamp. Matt then laid down an ancient Ziggurat and resolved a putrid leech. Tyler's second land was the Verdant Catacombs, and then Matt cast a noble Hierarch and then attacked with his leech unpumped, but Tyler killed it with a smother. Tyler laid down a Dragon Skull Summit and then used a second smother to kill Matt's noble Hierarch. Matt then simply laid down a Savage Lands and passed the turn back to Tyler. Tyler then laid down a mountain and then cast a treasure hunt, revealing an island and a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Matt then cracked a Misty Rainforest to search for a forest. He then kicked a Goblin Rune Blaster and blew up Tyler's Drowned Catacombs and then attacked him for 2. Tyler then laid down his island and cast a second treasure hunt, drawing himself a Scalding Tarn, a Lava Claw Reaches, and a Cruel Ultimatum. He then discarded a Cruel Ultimatum because he had 8 cards in his hand and then passed the turn. Matt then laid down an Exotic Orchard and then hit Tyler for 2 with his Goblin. He then resolved a Baneslayer Angel. Tyler simply laid down a Scalding Tarn and passed the turn back to Matt. Matt then attacked with his Angel and his Goblin. Tyler killed the Goblin with a Smother and took the hit from the Angel. Then post-combat, Matt attempted to resolve a Sprouting Thrinax, but Tyler stopped it with a Flash Freeze. He then cracked his Scalding Tarn to search for an island. Tyler then put a Lava Claw Reaches into play tapped, and then he cast a Jace the Mind Sculptor and used it to bounce Matt's Baneslayer back to his hand. Matt then replayed his Baneslayer Angel, but Tyler simply bounced it again with his Jace after laying down a mountain and then passed the turn. Matt then put an Ancient Ziggurat into play and resolved his Baneslayer for the 3rd time. However, Tyler dealt with it this time with a Cruel Ultimatum and caused Matt to discard his hand, which included a second Baneslayer Angel. Tyler then laid down his land for turn, which was a Scalding Tarn, and then used Jace's +2 ability to look at the top card of Matt's library, which he decided to keep there. Matt simply cast his Noble Hierarch, which he drew off the top of his library, and then Tyler cracked his Scalding Tarn to search for another island. He then laid down a mountain on his turn and resolved a Malachir Blood Witch. He then used Jace's ability again to look at the top card of Matt's library, which he decided to send to the bottom this time. Matt then cast a Bloodbraid Elf, which cascaded into a Goblin Rune Blaster, which he decided to kick. However, Tyler was ready for it again this time with a double negative. Tyler then hit Matt for 4 with his Blood Witch. He then cast a Treasure Hunt, which revealed a Death Mark, which he decided to go ahead and use on Matt's Noble Hierarch. He then used Jace's ability again to send another card to the bottom of Matt's library. Matt then cast a Rhox War Monk, which Tyler decided to go ahead and let resolve. Then on Tyler's turn, he attacked for 4 more with his Blood Witch. He then used Jace's Brainstorm ability this time, and then he played an Earthquake for lethal to win the match. Yeah, probably.